I'd like to talk about some incorrections, in my opinion, that I see in Iwama Aikido, the teachers doing weapons in Iwama Aikido. I said on one of my films that I see people doing strange things, and I really don't understand why they do it. And it's all to do with posture. I watch O-Sensei's posture, Tamura Sensei's, Chiba Sensei's, Nisho Sensei's, Toei Sensei, Sugano Sensei. You know, sadly these wonderful, wonderful masters are no longer here. Yamada Sensei is the only one that I know of here, and Tada Sensei. Tada Sensei, I don't know if he's in his 80s, late 80s now, and he's still teaching, and he's got a wonderful dynamic about him. So if you do get a chance to be lucky enough to see Tada Sensei or Yamada Sensei, please do so. Now, these two teachers are not what I call Iwama style, Iwama Ru. They don't like to use the word Ru, the school of Iwama. It's now been run by the main Aikikai, and it's been done up superbly, and it's a very beautiful area now, much more than when I went there to train. I admire these teachers because they all have wonderful Aikido. It all works. I remember watching the other day Noro Sensei. He was in Paris. He could jump in Remanagi behind somebody's neck as if a cat jumped from a floor onto a 2-metre high wall. You know, these masters are not to be seen anymore. All we see now is Aikido done, performed. Nothing much turns me on when I see it, and with a wow. And sadly that means that I've not really got any wow in me either. But I'm still hoping that there'll be something that I can pass on. I get so much out of my own training, and I love seeing other people enjoying themselves when I'm teaching. When I go to Russia, it's wonderful. So many people are still so enthusiastic, but the world is declining in numbers, and as you can see, I'm no youngster, and I'm more than likely talking to you who's not a youngster either. I would like to think that I could turn the tide, but you need to be looking for something as a person. We have to do something in life with our time on this earth, and I've enjoyed doing it through arts, Tai Chi, Aikido, meditation, healing. Anyhow, I'd like to talk about what I don't see in all those masters I've told you about, and yet a lot of these new teachers are showing it, and I don't know where they've got it from. I've no idea where they got it from. I decided to go against the norm and not to do what they taught in Iwama with the Ken. I decided to go another route. Am I right? Am I wrong? I don't know, but for me, I am correct for myself. Now, a teacher said to me many, many years ago, why would you step onto a spear? And of course, nobody would they? So when you see people here, or they're back here. Now in Iwama we were taught to step first to give you grounding, and then cut. Lift up, step first, cut. To me, this teacher had my attention. He said, there's something from a film before, watch my elbows, they're not out here. They have to be the width of my shoulders, because if my shoulders are to go through a door space or space of that size, so must my arms. I can't get through a door if my arms are wide. So here, so you learn to tuck them in, but you still see through them. In Iwama, they were taught to step, get good grounding, cut. I disagreed when he said, we were doing a partner practice, and I went like that, and he skied me firmly in the chest. He said, why would you walk onto a spear? Of course, it was a bokken, but I took his meaning as yes. Who would be in their right mind to do that before they had their weapon to defend themselves? Like the traditional Western thinking, you wouldn't go out in the rain without an umbrella, or you wouldn't go out in the rain with an umbrella and open it after you were wet. Well, not if you've got a brain, anyhow. So I decided from that day on, I think I was a second dan then, I decided from that day on to bring the sword down, followed through with the leg, and then end the cut together. So from here, if you can see the feet, I open on the ball of the foot, open on the ball of the foot as it comes through, the ball of the foot lands, and it goes down with the heel as I cut. So, so I'd like you to just consider that. Use your everyday mind, not the martial art things that you're told. Why would you walk onto a spear? Yes, it will make you more stable and you can create more mass, but watch Saito Sensei's films when he's cutting, and you'll notice even when he's doing the saburis, the moment he starts to have some motion, he doesn't step first and then cut, he does it together. So use your eyes. You learn mass by doing Takemusu, cutting the tar. This is, you use a much bigger ken than this. You use a saburi bokken, saburi toe, saburi bokken. It's a much bigger one. You hold it with two hands together like this, not with a space, and you strike the tar. You strike the tar. The ken, or the saburi, it jumps about 2 inches from the tar, and you stop it with your stomach. By doing this with your stomach, you stop it about 2 inches from the bounce of the tar. You do not keep it on the tar. If it does a little bounce like that, it's incorrect. It means you haven't used your hara and tanden to stop it. All right, so it's done with the breath. Just a quick flash, and then you breathe normally. Okay. The ken, those of you who are lucky enough to have a Takemusu, the ken cut straight. If it does this and it bounces to the right or bounces to the left, it's also incorrect. It should hit the tar and just come up straight and stop about 5 centimetres, 7 centimetres from the tar. Okay. This is Takemusu. This will teach you how to build mass. The other exercise I was telling you is about cutting. Now what I see is when we cut, the back leg has got a little bend. it mustn't be locked. As long as it's got a little bit of softness, then it's okay. Okay? It needs a little bit of softness. But I'm seeing this from Iwama teachers now, and I don't know where they've got it from, but as they, I'll do the whole thing, as they cut, they sit back like this, as if they're sitting on a bar stool. I know I mentioned this before. This is completely wrong. I've also said on one of the films, Saito Sensei saw me doing this many years ago in Germany and said, "You look like a duck, Tony. What are you doing sticking your butt out like that?" You won't see him do it like this. Hey. Okay? If it's got any bend at all, it's there. But the progression of the body is forward. The progression of the body is forward. It's not sitting back. If you sit back, Aikido has come to a stop, and they say that Aikido must never stop. It must always be able to flow into another move. Even when you've thrown somebody, the throw should be able to lead you into another move. If you sit, if you end your cut like this, I'm stuck here now. I can't move quickly. It defeats. So be careful, because if Aikido is full of contradictions, but if they're good contradictions, it's worth. It means that your mind cannot settle because there's a contradiction. You have to think about something else and think about something else. They're good contradictions. But if you can tell me where you see any of these great masters, if you can see any of these great masters doing it like this, please show me the film, because I only see it in the modern people of today and not the great masters of yesteryear. Okay, I've had my workout. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you don't have space, I'm lucky in my hallway here. I have the space to be able to do Ken and Joe, and I hope to be able to tell you some more things. These things have been with me forever, many, many years. And on seminars I share them. And I'm a stickler for detail. Because with detail you will become precise, but you will also find your normal everyday human being can blend with your martial artist side and not be over the top about trying to look like someone else when you shouldn't be trying. That's all. The techniques I've taught you: Shihan, watching the hands, always seeing the hand, always seeing the hand, always seeing the hand, always seeing the hands. These are things that will make your Aikido more secure, whatever style you're doing. You all do Shihanagis, you all do Kodakashis, you all do Ikkhyos. If you want to make them more secure and not to feel as if, oh dear, I didn't really get that one right, or I trained with somebody new on a seminar and they stopped me doing the technique. If you want this not to happen and you want to be able to train and execute every single technique with everybody you meet, then you need detail, you need precision. You don't need to step onto a spear. Use your common sense. Thank you for watching, and I hope that one day we'll perhaps meet.